Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Leo, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of March 23rd to the 29th. This week we have a very clear message from the universe with the No Oracle card. We have the Two of Cups, the Five of Wands. Yes, we have the Tower energy. We have the Four of Wands, the King of Swords, and we have the Six of Cups. Now, I really feel that the universe is saying no to you. Whatever plans that you may have had, whatever big decisions you were thinking of making in your life, it is the week to hold off. Why? And that's because there is a tower that is going to fall. And I feel that this tower is going to fall and potentially reveal some truth. And this truth might be quite critical for your next chapter opening up. Now, either way, the next chapter that's opening up looks amazing, guys. It looks like there could be someone coming in, there could be, a soulmate, a new partnership. It's going to lead to great stability in your life. So that's what you're being advised from the universe. So basically, this oracle card here is about waiting and postponing and pausing, holding off on any big decision making, and that sometimes we just need to wait it out and we're in a little bit of a holding pattern because the universe is going to step in and has another plan for you. Now, we also got the Warrior Woman Oracle card that came out with that as well. So I'm going to read that one out. It's about answering your deepest calling. So I feel like this tower is going to come down because it's blocking you from basically getting to a truth, your deepest calling, maybe meeting that person, that partner, whether it's in business or love and romance that you're really needing to be with to answer a deep calling. So it's all interconnected, guys. Okay, so I'll just read that one out for you before we go to the tarot. You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. That could be the tower, guys. And the more resistance we have toward answering the call, the more important it is for our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Yeah. So I feel like there's something that needs to come down because it's blocking your ability to answer your deepest calling, and that is the tower. So, here we have you on the threshold. I mean, this is recent past position, guys. Some of you may have already been through this, but I feel like you sort of might be in it at the moment, or it could just be about to happen, and then the rest is going to unfold over the week. So we have the Tower and we have the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands indicates to me that some of you have been in a situation in the recent past where there could have been some level of conflict, be it internal or external. Five of Wands conflict can be a little bit petty, actually. It can be in a relationship, just that niggling and nagging at each other because, that some of the love is gone and, sort of at that stage where, everything is kind of triggering you about somebody. It can be, gossip in a friendship group, corporate politics in the workplace. But what I notice about the Five of Wands as a reader is that wands stand for our personal power, and our energy for taking action, all of those kinds of things. And we have a group of people here that are using that special power for, really unreasonable means. They're hitting each other over the head with them, they're quarreling, they're fighting. Some of you may feel that you've been in a situation with someone who has somehow been abusing their power, or using it in the wrong way, or draining your power. That's what we see here. So the antidote to conflict is change. I always say that 5 is the number of conflict and of change in the tarot, and the Tower is perhaps the biggest card of change in the tarot deck. Now, the Tower is the universe stepping in, guides, to bring down a construct in your life, to shatter an illusion, to give you a great revelation, to end a situation, because it says that it's no longer serving your highest purpose and it's potentially blocking you from being on your true life path, from answering your deepest calling. So it needs to come down. And that's why it's a blessing in disguise. That's why it's the silver lining, because even though it can be chaotic, it can be tumultuous, and it can feel just darn uncomfortable, it needs to come down because it is now getting in the way of, what the work you're really meant to be doing in this world, or meeting the person that you truly need to be with, someone influential coming into your life, that kind of thing. So, that's the Tower energy, guys. And it's really important that we let the Tower fall when it is shaken like this, because, it was built on an unsteady foundation anyway. So it only took one bolt of that universal lighting to bring it to the ground. If there's temptation to rebuild the Tower, so patch up the relationship, keep the friendship going, stay at the job even though you're miserable, we often find ourselves cycling around back to the Tower again, be it 1 month, 6 months, 12 months down the track. So, if we are going to salvage anything from the situation, it really has to be done from a completely different place on a new solid foundation, which can mean, going and getting that counselling, that relationship counselling, changing teams, maybe even changing workplaces or relocating, all of those kinds of things in order to make this work. So that's the Tower energy, guys. Can be a very strong kind of energy, but it says whatever the situation is no longer a fit for you. We've got a round crown perched on a square tower here, and I do just see that tower is the block, the block that's holding you back. So we must let it come down with the Tower. That's the really important message here. And I do have a strong sense intuitively with this reading that basically the Tower is going to reveal something to you, potentially a truth, or there's going to be some kind of communication out of it. And that's why, it's good to hold off on any key decisions this week, because I feel like this information could, have an impact on that. The King of Swords, is really all about vision, clarity, truth-seeking, transformation, all of these things. And we have these two characters in the reading holding swords. There's going to be a sense of victory after this Tower has fallen, but you may not feel like that until you're in the aftermath. But the King of Swords, now that this Tower has come down, he kind of sits on that cliff top without anything blocking his way, and he can see that 360-degree eagle-eye view. He can see the big picture now. I feel like while you were stuck in this energy and sort of down in the trenches of this conflict, potentially you couldn't see the big picture of what's playing out in your life and how to orchestrate your next strategic moves because of that. But when that Tower comes down, that's when you'll get the clarity. That's when you'll get the blue sky after that rubble has cleared. And when you can start rising as the phoenix from the ashes, as the King of Swords, in his power, in his truth, in his clarity, with all the information you need, and potentially having those conversations, that communication that you may need to in order to move things ahead, in order to make that big decision that you might be holding off on. I think this is a week for you to let the Tower fall, have the conversations, look at all the information, and then it's next week, you're going to be able to move forward again. So that's the King of Swords. It's a very transformative energy. I really, really like that. And what's coming in, and I'm not going to say it's all going to play out in 1 week, guys. This could be across the next month, because this is the next position I read is near future, but it can obviously be a little bit fluid with the timing. But look what's happening here. Look what is happening. Right. We have somebody quite possibly coming in, or for those of you that are partnered, and I'm talking in business partnerships or in romantic partnerships, we see a deepening of that bond. For those of you that are not partnered, it is highly likely that there is going to be a soulmate coming in quickly. I know lots of people say that, but guys, this is two cards of strong indication of that. Maybe the Tower was the relationship that you had lost love in, that you were holding on to, but it was blocking this person from coming in. Or as a result of this situation, you might even relocate or change workplaces, and then bang, you meet that person. I feel like there's going to be a flow-on effect, a ripple effect, like a butterfly effect in this situation. So Leo, this is your energy represented here in the Two of Cups, but we have obviously strong water energy here as well. So you could be meeting an water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So the Two of Cups really is that soulmate or twin flame card. Now, mixed with the Six of Cups, it could be someone that you have known from your past, someone coming back, childhood friends, someone you've, crossed paths with before, or just somebody that makes you really feel, like you're returning back to your sense of innocence, your sense of truth, brings out that childlike, playful character in you. I feel like it's going to be a very harmonious connection between you and this person. 6 is the number of, harmony and healing and growth. But we see, cups being offered, so you being back into a position where you can actually receive love as well as give it again. And we're going from cups that are, these plain cups here, to cups that are growing, expanding. There's 6 of them now, and they're blooming, which shows me there is the ability for this love to grow and develop and be quite abundant. So I love that, guys. We have quite a rapid expansion, and we have the 4 of Wands here as well. Now, the 4 of Wands can mean a few different things, when linked to partnership. For a start, the 4 of Wands can indicate commitment, deepening of a commitment and engagement, being exclusive if you just started seeing somebody, marriage, all of these kinds of things. In a business partnership, setting up like a steady, limited company with someone. Now we're in it. Now we're really committed to this. It can also, so it can be, obviously the commitment, the deepening of a current commitment. It also talks about stability and foundations, meaning that potentially you can really grow a stable foundation that you couldn't do in the past situation, right? This house of cards, this tower that fell, now you're building from the ground up. Now you're building a stable foundation with somebody who you are truly aligned with. That's what we see here. The 4 of Wands also has that 11-11 formation, which talks to me of synchronicity and serendipity. I do get the feeling that things are going to unfold in a rapid-fire series of synchronistic events, potentially, when you meet this person. Like I said, maybe the tower forces a move, a checkmate, and then you're put in a position where you cross paths with this person. It sounds really beautiful, but often it happens that way. But either way, we've got love, we've got, partnership, committed partnership in work and business or love and romance. And we have something that can go the distance, become abundant, and be stable and secure. I mean, what more could we want, Leo? So, yeah, I'm going to wish you all the best with this week, Leo. We've got some big energies with the tower here. We can see it playing out in a really beautiful way. So I really hope it goes well for you. Feel free to leave me a comment. I always like to know who it resonates for and how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.